my regular? No, I don't have to read anything. I'm good. So, first of all, thanks to the city of Hurdland for letting us come and interrupt your day. I know that you have a lot to do as volunteers. What we're here today to do is to celebrate your acquisition of a warning siren. And I said 7 years ago when I walked into the state director position that no town in this state should ever be unprotected and without a warning siren. There's some things we can't not prevent. There's still gonna be people injured if there's a severe thing, but I think the best defense is to be proactive and have a good warning system in place. We have in rural development put a lot of warning sirens across the state. Where the issue can sometimes lie, they're about $20,000 to put a warning siren in. For a small town like Hurdland of less than 200 people, that's a very large chunk of change. We have a program that if we had to rely on our typical community facility grant program, we'd have a hard time putting warning sirens in these communities across the state. But Congress has been very gracious to give us a program that's called Community Facilities Economic Initiative Grant. And it's strictly a grant program. We get very little money in it nationwide. But what we do is we target that special initiative money to go towards safety in communities. And a large percentage of it goes to put warning sirens in communities or fire equipment or police or whatever to help protect the residents in the communities. I will say this is the first time in that many years. We usually hit the community either before the siren has arrived or after it's already on a pole so high you can't see it. So I'm sure you planned this specifically so that we could get a real good close-up of that monstrosity sitting over there. So what a great day for you all. The other piece of that I always ask, and you just confirmed, and we hear it pretty frequently from small communities, what did you do before, what do you do now? Before you had that warning siren to warn folks, what did you do? And you told me the same thing others do. We get in and we drive around and we toot horns and do whatever we have to tell people they're coming. And that is not safe for you all. You're risking your life when you do that. So it'll make me sleep better at night knowing that this great staff I have helped you get this siren. Now, the other thing I want to recognize is money doesn't come easily to small communities, especially the size of Hurdland. We have almost $11,000 in a grant here to help with this warning siren, but they're investing almost $8,800, not quite $8,800. That's a huge amount for the city to have to come up with and to recognize that it's a very valuable investment to spend for a warning siren. So you have my utmost respect to the leadership of this community, that you've been able to recognize what was needed and to figure out how to get that investment. So I want to thank you very, very much for what you're doing. I also want to recognize my staff here. Lou Ann is the one, as you know, who has worked with you on this EII grant. I said it before today, and I'll say it every time and every place I go. I have wonderful staff, and it's because of this staff that things happen. And without hesitation, I can say Lou Ann, in delivering the community facility program, is one of the best in the state. She cares about the community. She's out here trying to figure out what to do to help you, and I'm extremely appreciative, Lou Ann, of your work and everything. Sitting next to her is Glenda, and as I said, we all wear multiple hats, just like you. You said, well, I do this, and my real job is I'm an EMT with Knox County. Yep. So we wear multiple hats in our agency as well. And Glenda has multiple hats and just a wonderful personality and some of the best work ethic that you'll ever find in staff. And I thank you for that. Dan Niemeyer works the multifamily housing program, of which we do not have any in Hurdland. Now that's kind of an unusual thing because we have them about everywhere else, out of Kirksville. And then Leanne Gleason. I'm doing better, aren't you glad? Leanne Gleason, I'm always calling her by her maiden name. So, Leanne Gleason is our acting area director. And our area goes all the way from St. Joe, all the Kansas, Nebraska line over here to Iowa, Illinois line. So it's all across the top of the state. And when we had a retirement, I asked her if she'd be willing to put on that hat and help us out. And she's doing a great job overseeing a lot of counties and a lot of offices and a lot of people. And I think she enjoys these days and our celebrations of what you all are doing as much as I do. So I thank them very much. Also with us, and this morning you would have had all three members here with you, and one of them wasn't feeling so well. But what always makes me very, very proud as I talk to other states is we come out here and we there's no community too small to receive a pat on the back and recognition for their leadership in the community. I'm very adamant there's not a community too small to be recognized, which is why we're here today. We always invite our congressional staffs to come with us for a couple of reasons. One, to bring more of an awareness and appreciation to our small rural communities and the people that choose to live in our small rural communities. And they always grace me with their presence, almost always. There's very rarely any time they are not with us. The other piece, though, that is really, I think, rewarding for all of us is to recognize the volunteerism and the leadership that continues to make cities like Hurdland and communities like Hurdland a very viable community and one that people want to live in. And I'm very grateful to Senator McCaskill, Senator Blunt, and Congressman Graves for their support. So I am going to introduce Kristen Wright with Senator McCaskill. And Kristen, do you want a few words, hon?
Yeah, thank you very much. So really, I'm just here on behalf of the Senator to recognize you and say thank you. It's an honor for USDA Rural Development to allow us to come in, not just to see the great work that they're doing, but to meet the people that make small communities run and to learn about the challenges that they've had to overcome to keep communities safe. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. You know, the heart of rural America is working hard, volunteering, pulling together, and overcoming adversity. And I think that all of those characteristics are evident here in that you saw a need and you did what you needed to do as leaders to make your community safe. And I'm glad that you were able to take advantage of some government dollars, because that's exactly what they're there for, is to serve you and your communities. So just thank you and congratulations both to the people of Hurdland, of Knox County, and of USDA Rural Development.
Thank you. And with Congressman Graves' office is Brian Nichols. So Brian?
Well, it's good to be here this afternoon, and it's funny, Kristen and I were talking, I'm sorry, I'm going to share this story.
Okay.
Kristen and I were talking, coming across the street. She says, I really want to move to a town where we can cross the street without looking both ways.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I actually grew up outside of a town like that, and it was a town about this size. And what that reminded me of, though, is that town actually had a tornado come through back in 2003, and it came, I don't know if it was right here, but it definitely came through this area before it got there. It was over on the Illinois side. And, you know, it reminded me there's no town too small that can't benefit from an early warning siren. And USDA does, Rural Development does such a wonderful job of seeing to it that folks like you are able to get these sirens. And obviously you guys do a ton of work to get there. With all the reams of paperwork and whatnot, it's not an easy thing, but it is well worth it. And so thanks to USDA, and thank you to you guys for putting in that work and that effort to be able to get this early warning siren. Because again, there is no town too small that can't benefit from an early warning siren, because a tornado can go anywhere. So
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, you know, you're right. We've seen, Missouri is a state that we see a lot of storms. We see a lot of tornadoes and a lot of storms in every part of the state. And you know, you can't put the price, you can't put a price tag on any life that is saved. And you know, whether the warning, hopefully that warning siren's enough to make it possible. That we will probably never know what warning sirens do, you know, in that prevention piece. But we're very, very grateful again, and thank you once more for your leadership and guidance in making the citizens of Hurdland safe. And we really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a quick presentation to the city of Hurdland. Come on over here.
Kind of got in on the middle.
All right, we'll do this real
You gotta
quick.
stand up and get in or get out.
Yes, ma'am.
Until she knows these people came in because he was a big part of it.
All right.
Small community.
This is a certificate of recognition to the mayor, city clerk, and aldermen of the city of Hurdland. USDA Rural Development applauds your dedication to protecting the citizens of Hurdland. With the purchase and installation of an early warning siren, you will have a positive impact on the safety of this community. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
All right, do we want one more, you want a group picture up here? Luann, I'd like to have you up here, and our congressional staff at least.
Or do you want to step them on
Yeah,
the
we'll
steps?
do one here, and then we'll probably do one going
On
down
the
the
steps?
stairs. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. How about we do this? Turn sideways.
I will too.
There we go. You're good.
Nope.
Yeah, you guys do that too. Turn sideways.
You're good.
There you go.
Whatever you need to.
Well, I don't want to be in the way of what you're doing.
It's weird trying to fit between us.
I put that pole there on purpose. The pole's been there for 100 years, and we're complaining about it now.
Okay, so I have a question. Did you know, does anybody up here, or is anybody old enough? Let me ask it that way. Do you know any tailors that used to be from Hurdland? You're too young.
Yeah, not me.
You're too young.
Chris been here all
So is this
And I don't think any of you have. I actually, just
Is this
a
the
quick story, I
conclusion?
have family
okay?
that lived
Turn it all around. We live stream
It's a
this.
great aunt.
Roger, have no
They
words of
a-
wisdom?
They have a small
No, sir,
farm.
not today.
Roger, have words of wisdom? Shock.
My family has
If you're watching this video, thank you very much.
small world.
New tornado siren going up in Hurdland, Missouri. Thanks to money they raised themselves, the city of Hurdland,
I had to think about it for a
along
minute.
with the
That's it.
Where he
USDA
was talking about is out southwest of town.
Office of Rural Development.
Yeah.
I'm Echo Menges for
They had the farm for
NemoNews.net.
years
Thank you for
and years and
watching.
years.
Signing off for now.
And